Hi Paper Crafters, it's Colette. Today on Tuesday Tips I want to show you or share with you some tips about using the intricate dies that you find from Ultimate Crafts and Couture Creations. This is the one that I'm using today. Really love this. It's the Elemental Corner set. But just have a look at some of these other beautiful ones. These are from the Ooh La La collection, and you can see one of the things that I love about these dies, apart from the fact that they do cut beautifully, is just how beautiful, fine and intricate these dies are. Now, wow, I love these borders. So one of the issues that many people have with dies is that they don't cut. And another one is that these really fine ones are so hard to stick down. So what I want to do is just to show you how to stick these down and how to cut them. And I do have to tell you, I know there's lots of dies on the market that are really troublesome when it comes to cutting, but you'll find that these dies are really good quality dies and they do not have that problem. So let's get started, let's get playing. So as I said, I'm going to be using this beautiful corner here. Isn't it gorgeous? And I'm going to show you how I would go about cutting this intricate die. Now, because I can see this is extremely fine, I know that I'm going to have problems with gluing this down. I am going to straight away go for my die cut and bond tape from Couture Creations. This is a great tape for actually using with your die cutting machines. So the first thing I need to do is to grab a bit of cardstock or whatever the medium is, glitter paper, vellum, whatever you want to cut, and cut it to roughly the same size as my die. Then I need to grab some of this adhesive tape, and the way that I do that is I have got my piece of paper. I'm going to go for textured up, and I'm simply going to stick this down. It's very, very tacky, which is what we want. Stick that down like that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. Okay, put this away for another time. Now I have got a little bit of a lip here, so I need to get rid of that because that will stick to my plates on my die cutting machine, which I don't want that to happen. So I have now my piece of card and I have the adhesive backing on here, so that's great. So now I need to move over and grab my die cutting machine. So my go-to die cutting machine always, and you know this guys, it's the Go Cut machine. I love it, I love the size of it, I love the quality of cutting, etc. It's never let me down, and that's why I always go for it. So let's look at my stack. Now my stack, first of all, I've got my base plate, which is the white one. That's the base plate A, so that's going to go down. Then I've got a piece of cardboard. Now each machine is kind of different depending on how much you use it, etc. You might find you don't need this piece of cardboard. If yours cuts beautifully without it, then you don't need to put it in. But I know that my machine, when I'm using intricate dies, does like a sheet of cardboard, so that's going to go down. When you buy your Go Cut machine, you get a metal adapter with it, so I'm going to use that with my intricate dies. That goes down next. Then the next thing I have going down is a very well used MC plate. Now just remember, when you're using your plates, you can see my plate, it's cut all over. So often I see plates that are just cut in the middle. Remember guys, to stagger your dies on the plate. Remember to turn them over so you're working on both sides as well. Okay, so that's going to be the next thing that goes down. And then the next thing I'm going to have going down is my card with the adhesive backing on it, and I want the adhesive backing face up, and I want to put my die cut side down against it. This is going to make sure that it all pops out beautifully. Alright, and I like to do it this way round. I know lots of people do it the other way round, but I like to see where I'm positioning my dies. So if I wanted, I could put another die on top here. In fact, will this little guy here fit? As they say, waste not, want not. Yes, it does. So I'm going to go ahead and do both of them. So let's whiz this through. Okay, so just rolling. Love that song, rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, and I do like to go backwards too. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my die over and check, has it all been cut? If there are bits that have not been cut, I will move it on this board a little bit and then put it through again in a different direction. On the side, for example, will be good because then you know that the pressure is getting all over. But I can see that on one pass, this brand new die is cut beautifully. Yay! That's why I love my Go Cut and Emboss. So bringing this way back in now, let's just have a little look at what I'm going to do next. All right, so now I'm just going to peel away the actual backing. Now I've got lots of intricate swirls and all sorts of yummy goodness happening with this. But can you see, because I had the embossed side down, how it's just lifted up from the die? So I do not have to go in with my pokey tool and poke away, etc. I can just lift it up beautifully. Now, if you do need to give it a little bit of a hand, I can see this one would come away beautifully, but just to show you, in the dies you see these tiny little circles on the edges. That's where you just pop your tool through, because it releases the edge there and you've got something to grab to start to pull away. But you can see how easily that has pulled away because I had that adhesive tape on there. So let's just work with this big one at the moment. That's so pretty too, isn't it? I love this die actually, the intricate corners. So I'm just going to pull away those extra little bits that I don't want. And they're coming along away very beautifully. If you've got a brush, by all means you would brush them, and you'd brush them with the die, but I really don't find it necessary when there isn't so many pieces. So that die is now finished and it's ready for me to play with. So all I have to do now is to peel away the backing. Okay. If you don't have nails, of course you can use your pokey tool to get you started, but you can see this is all coming off really easily. It's such a delicate, intricate die, this, and I love how I do love how delicate it is. It's beautiful. Okay, so now I am ready to pop this down on my cardstock. So you don't want to get your fingers too far in the way. Use your pointy tool just to help you position this down where those swirls are. Beautiful. So that is lovely and secure. How easy was that? So that's dealing with a really intricate die. Now remember, I've just cut this other one. I'm going to oh yes, that would be nice. I'm going to chop this in pieces. So remember, you can alter your dies by just cutting them a little bit. In two areas I'm cutting this. So I can use that as a separate flourish. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. So I'm just going to so totally altering the die. You'll see where I'm going in a second. Okay, just about there, guys. So I'm ready now to peel away. Just getting the back of this off. It's so intricate. Yay, it's coming. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to join this. Let's have a look. That looks quite nice. I need to put it the right way round, won't I? That's better. So we'll join that on from here. So it's best to get your fingers out of the way. Just joining that down. So my corner die has now become a really pretty continuation die. And I might even go ahead and pop that in the corner there later. So you could finish that off with some pretty flowers just staggered on there. You let your imagination go wherever you want it to go. So some pretty flowers, and you've got a lovely card happening if you want it to. So that's some tips on using intricate dies, and today I have used the Ooh La La Elemental Corner Set, and it is just beautiful. I know I'm going to have fun playing with this one. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that useful. Check in each Tuesday for another little tip for your paper crafting fun. Bye for now.